Welcome back to the channel, my ninjas. It's Last I Heard Desi. So in case you've been living under a rock, the craziest thing happened on IG Live. Shannon Sharpe had the internet going crazy over the last couple of days and hopefully just shut down all the people that doubted his sexuality. But at the same time, almost put a stain on his entire brand he's been building since leaving Fox Sports and Undisputed. This was so crazy, it's damn near unbelievable. The man really hopped on IG Live while putting in work on a woman named Michelle. Whether this was on accident, as he says, or simply a marketing technique, who knows. The video, luckily enough, doesn't show anybody, but you can clearly hear the woman say his name and also refer to him as Papa. But Shannon's own voice could also be heard in the background. Keep in mind, this took place less than 48 hours after he got upset with his co-host Chad Ocho for being late to their nightcap show. Now we all wondered what ESPN was going to do. Shannon is a big part of their network, one of their biggest stars alongside Stephen A. Smith, Pat McAfee, and Mike Greenberg. Remember, he recently agreed to a multi-year contract extension, which is supposed to expand his role not just on First Take, but on ESPN overall. Now, he did try to ease things up when he first posted this on his page. He said, "Beware, my Instagram was hacked this morning. My team and I are working vigorously to figure this out." But this post was soon deleted. Obviously, I can't include the viral clip in this video, but it could easily still be found on X. The clip's been shared all over the platform and has pretty much been heard by everyone at this point. And he then went live that same night looking to clear things up. So let's look at that.
It wasn't a prank. It was me being a healthy, active male. I mean, y'all thought I was bull jiving. Hey, I'll get it in. Real talk. Hey, Ocho. See, I don't, man. I'll be lying. I'm lying. Okay, lying.
Come on, man.
He sparks hard, Ocho. And, I hit one early this morning.
Come on, man.
In all sincerity, I'm extremely embarrassed that a very, very private, intimate situation, the audio can be heard, and I'm extremely disappointed in myself. 5 minutes before I came on, phone rings. It's Cat Williams. What's up? The first thing out of his mouth, guess what he said, Ocho?
Oh, wow.
You ain't gay today?
As you see, he explained that he felt embarrassed about the situation. I actually got a chance to watch Nightcap that night when it happened. And to me, honestly, he clearly was feeling down about the situation and he did his best to try to laugh it off. And I also think Ocho Cinco was very good at trying to keep his spirits up, reminding him that he's not really savvy when it comes to technology. But of course, the negative people had to start questioning the whole thing. I've seen so many saying he did it on purpose to try to diffuse the gay rumors he's been facing. I've seen people saying he hasn't gone viral in a while and that the whole thing was to boost up the numbers for his shows. I mean, I don't understand why anyone in his position would do that. The man works for Disney. Yeah, he's on ESPN, but ESPN is owned by Disney. And on top of that, anyone that ever watched his shows can clearly see the amount of ads they have, bro. The man don't even cuss on his shows. You mean to tell me he's gonna go from that to then want to make a tape? Nah, I don't believe that. I did see people mention how hard it would be to accidentally get on IG Live, sure, but that doesn't make it impossible. And look, I'm not here to try to defend him. I don't benefit from that in no kind of way. I'm just here sharing my thoughts on my little channel. But just looking at the whole incident, it definitely was an accident if you ask me, putting all he has at stake just to denounce a rumor. I just don't see that. And especially if you know you're not what they're accusing you of being. But anyway, let's look at some of what these people have been saying. This guy right here says, "We as black people are a sad bunch. If a successful black man is private with their life, he's gay, he makes a mistake, fire him. We always want others to struggle with us." Man, I agree with that comment 100%. These people build these celebrities just to tear them down. They love you when you first start achieving success or are just on your grind. But as soon as you reach the top, they want to tear you down. I mean, perfect example. Look at Drake. That's what they're doing to him. But let's look at more of these comments. This other one says, "Where's the audio with the dude you was with?" Bro, this is what I'm talking about. Like, what proof do you have that can back this claim? It's like people just say stuff to say it, but let's see the next one. This guy says, bro, if you hit one earlier that morning, it's no way he was finished so fast, cuz that's funny. I'm guessing this guy's not too impressed with what he heard in that audio. Okay, let's look at a few more of these. This woman here says, personally, I'm not mad at the growling Shannon Sharpe was doing. For real, the man was really growling. That was crazy. And then Michelle's over there talking about Papa. Let's look at a few more. This other comment says, Shannon Sharpe was just lecturing Ocho Cinco about professionalism on their nightcap show. Exactly. And for this to happen this soon after, it is so coincidental. But let's look at one more. A funny scenario here. He says, Stephen A. Shannon, please explain. Shannon Sharpe responds, well, you know what, Stephen A., I must have hit something on the phone, but two thangs for certain old Shay Shay had her howling like an Alabama creek owl. Stephen A. Smith did address the situation. Let's look at what he had to say.
I just thought it was important to point this out. So long as it was an accident, the man did absolutely nothing wrong. So people blowing up my phone, asking me, is he going to get fired and all of this other stuff. No, I spoke to the honchos. He ain't getting fired. It ain't going down like that. That's not going to happen. He's going to be here. He's going to be right on First Take Monday and Tuesday. He's going to be right with me next Friday in Washington, D.C. when First Take rolls up on Howard University. He's going to be right there next month when we go to Tennessee State. He's going to be right there after that when we go down to Atlanta Clark University and Morehouse and all of that. Yeah, he's going to be there too. Okay? Because he didn't do anything wrong. Mistakes happen. Accidents happen. It's just that simple. Let it go. Let it be.
So that's what he had to say. But I mean, can you imagine how awkward that conversation had to be? You got to remember that Stephen A. advocated for ESPN to take a chance on Shannon after his departure from Skip Bayless and Fox. And for this situation to take place, that's wild. Like I mentioned earlier, this is not just ESPN, but it's Disney too. But I was hoping they didn't react in a drastic way and fire the man for this simple mistake. I did think he was going to get suspended, but from the looks of it, that won't happen either, so that's good for him. Another thing I heard people mention was the whole thing with Paul Pierce, and he also reacted to this. Let's see what he had to say. He goes, he can bang a woman on Instagram Live, but I can't have sort of clothed women with me while I'm on Instagram Live. Talk about favoritism. I mean, look, I understand his frustration, but at the same time, Paul Pierce getting fired for having those dancers with him in that video can't be compared to ESPN firing Shannon Sharpe. Don't get me wrong, logically Shannon's situation is way worse because he's literally in the act with a chick and it can be heard. I mean, the man was going in. At one point, he even starts growling like a hungry bear. That was crazy. But at the same time, he's also a way bigger media star and generates a lot more engagement and viewership than Paul Pierce. So of course he's going to get more of a pass, and that's what matters in this kind of industry. It's like being on a team with star players. I don't know if any of you guys ever played sports, but you know what it's like when a team needs you. They're going to give you more passes. That's just how it is. You can show up late on game day, and yeah, you might not start because of it, but if the coach really wants to win that game, he's still going to play you for the majority of that game. So it's the same with this situation. ESPN was struggling for the last few years. That's why they brought in guys like Shannon and Pat McAfee, so they can't afford to just let him go like that. And look, man, I know this is a bad look professionally, but as far as his personal dating life, for all the people who kept doubting the man's sexuality, hopefully this stops all that nonsense. The man clearly enjoys himself some Michelle-like ting every now and then. And honestly, I myself can't even believe this took place in such a public way. But yeah, things happen. But anyway, my ninjas, that's all for this one. Thanks for watching, especially if you stayed throughout. I appreciate you. So don't forget to hit that notification bell. Leave a like to help the channel grow and share your thoughts below. See you on the next one.